the first operation that we're going to perform using a Smith chart is that we're just going to plot a point. So we're just going to use the Smith chart and plot a impedance on it. So to do that, you just find the intersection of the circle and the arc for the impedance after it's normalized. So it's kind of easiest to do this via an example. So we've got a 50 ohm T line terminated in a load of 50 plus J100. So we want to plot this 50 plus J100 on the Smith chart. So what does that look like? Well, we've got a 50 ohm T line. It's terminated in a load of 50 ohms and J100 ohms. So that's kind of the circuit. You got a resistor in series with an inductor. So we need to normalize the load impedance by the characteristic impedance. So that's just going to be 50 plus J100 divided by 50. Remember, that's lowercase z, and that's just going to be equal to 1 plus J2. So then what we do is we go to our Smith chart, and I'm presenting a simplified Smith chart so that it's just easy to look at. And we look for these, the first thing we look for are these circles here. And we find the one corresponding to lowercase r. Remember, this is r plus j lowercase x. And in our case, we're looking for r equals 1. So that's this circle here. So you can see that I've made that circle darker than the others. Next, what you do is you find your lowercase x. In this case, it was 2. We also have to look at this sign here to know whether we're above or below the real axis. So we look for the positive 2 arc in this case. So that's the 0.2 arc, that's the 0.5 arc, the 1 arc, the positive 2 arc. So what we do is we then just darken that up and we just find where those two lines intersect, and that is the 1 plus J2 point. And that's all there is to plotting points on the Smith chart. Normalize and then find the intersection of the R and the X circles. It's pretty simple. So here what I've done is I've plotted a real Smith chart. It's exactly the same Smith chart as what you have and in your notes, and I've given you a bunch of different points to plot, and I've also given the answers here. And so I would like you to just pause the video and make sure that you understand how to get these points and where they are on this plot. And if you notice, I've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I've left off this one, H, matched load, because I'd like you to think about that one and have an answer for me in class, next class. So that's up to you. I'm not going to solve these. If you have any questions about them, we can go over them later, but this is an exercise for you to do on your own to make sure that you know how to plot these points on a Smith chart.